Kakanda TV.
The most urban town we have in the state is the capital, but we have other of our people outside the town. So with that, His Excellency asked questions, and the ministry, we answered him by the grace of God, that he said whether any other thing can be done to alleviate the suffering of the people, that we cannot wait so long. And before then, we actually went to the old local water house and see what is really happening. The place has been, abandoned since the advent of the greater water. So we discovered that the raw water pump has issues. Some other things can do some little touches, and almost immediately the raw water pump was repaired. That is, the intake pump now was put in place, and unfortunately the tank, that is the reservoir at Cinema, the old local water works, which has almost the same capacity with that of Kogi, had two reservoirs. One is at Cinema, which is a very small one, just 300,000 capacity. Then another one at GRA, which is also of a lesser capacity, which was serving the old Lokoja metropolis. The available pump in the water works cannot pump to GRA, cannot even pump to Cinema. So fortunately, on research, we discovered some pumps, abandoned pumps, by consortium project of one of our own Senate 2006. So, and pipes were laid. The main transmission line was already laid to GRA. So we carry out our in-depth engineering studies of the whole thing and discovered that the pumps, if two are engaged, it will pump to GRA. So, and the two can pump to Cinema, on the basis of which we forward the proposal to His Excellency, which he gave approval and cash part. So no sooner than we entered and started work, we carry out further studies and say, okay, why not we check tank B, which is auxiliary tank to tank A, which is this one at Ghana. So the studies reveal that even at that elevation, if we work on those pumps, it can still deliver there, and we will have more, and it will cover larger part of the town. This we have achieved as at yesterday. We were able to divert, which, if time permits, as we go now, we will see some of the things we do, maybe for appreciation or comments and inputs, which you are here for. So we were able to send water to tank B, which is along my party. Then that of garage now, that is GRA, no wahala, we're able to send it. And we're assuring this committee with what we have on ground. When we finish, that is, the little glitches we are having now, we are able to overcome them at the intake by desilt, fumigate, disinfect, and clean those tanks properly to ensure that what we are giving the public is hygienic. So that is where we are at the moment. So, and back to greater water, as we've not been able to, we cannot enter it due to aforementioned reasons. The flooding, we were given flood warning, and we need to safeguard government assets. And within last week, my prime sec was just briefing me this morning that they completed the assignment of removing the sensitive electromechanical equipment that will be damaged by flood. They've transferred them to a higher ground, the admin block, and we are securing the place, pending when, by the special grace of God, next year something will be done. Then outside Lokoja, we've been able to access about 22, 23 water facilities across the state so far, and we are looking at which ones we are having budget lines for us to attack from those sites. In the eastern flank, there is a budget line for almost all the water installations in the east, either Ajaka, Olawu, Ayemba, or Ankwa, Imani, and so on and so forth. I can remember from the east, we have budget line for them, but not much has been provided for. Then from the western central, we approached the 18 by-water schemes, and I will give you reason for approaching those ones like that, because they are specialized area which were abandoned, very beautiful concept of the previous administration, the civilian, Second Republic civilian administration, and was ended during the military. So they were abandoned. Just say, let us go in. We still have experts that can do it, and they are very easy to manage. Most of them were vandalized because of abandonment, and most of them again, there was no much proper exit plan. So people that knows about it retire, died, no training, and training, the facilities were abandoned. And they cut across all the local governments of the old Kwara. We have one in Koto, Egan, Abugi, Budon, Agbaja, Ayegunle, Okedayo, Isanlu, Ogbe, Iforukotun, Ejuku, Then we come to the central, we have Adogo, Esomi, Ageva, Ege, Kuroko, Ubangele, Adabeba. So and so and so, we have them in those two sides. We've all evaluated them and how we go about them. From the east, we have personally assessed either Ajaka, Golao, Aimba, that is Ajetachi specifically. So, and in our plans, we want to go back to Kabawata Works, Iyara, Ampa, especially where we have so far so good. In available records, Ampa, we have the worst case of vandalization and encroachment in our water assets in the state. And we have already made effort in writing for budgetary provision to accommodate that, though it is starting by next year, it's taking up in January. That project aimed at developing and exploiting the existing federal operated dam and those operated by state for irrigation purposes. And in furtherance of that, we were directed by His Excellency to take it as a special project because it has to do with food security. So it is as a result of that, if you listen to me when I was making introduction, I said acting director, dams and reservoir operations. It is actually aimed at enhancing that aspect of our mandate. So for now, that program is coming up by next year. And the major challenge we met on ground is that of manpower. The manpower available to us is less than 50% of our requirement. So it left all our installations unsecured. So the criminal elements in the community and outside each community just went in and did what they could do, and without any protection from the community. In this, we have only two communities I can comment openly to have been very, 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 very jealous and patriotic in protecting our assets. You have Ayebunle and Ajetachi Naimba. Those two communities deserves our mention and commendation because they don't allow criminals to tamper with our things. Right now, Ayebunle make arrest. They are in the state police command and investigation is still ongoing there. So, chairman and members of the house, you are welcome. This is the few I can be able to take you through, and we hope that by the social grace of God, at the end of your oversight function, we have your support. We will have triple of your support in terms of drawing attention, and also whenever we bring in appropriation requests, you will be handy to support us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Lord. Member House Committee on Human Works,
been to Ministry of Works like 3 or 4 times. And then when you actually look at it, this ministry is equally among the performing ministry. It's also part of the ministry that His Excellency is very, very keen about, and there is also part of the ministry that His Excellency is committed to see that it functions. In that case, our oversight function should be regular. And thank God you have apologized about that. Away from that, I just want us to see ourselves as partners in progress. The way the system is run in this country, executive, legislator, judiciary, we are all supposed to work in synergy, particularly the executive and the legislators. On this note, Honorable Commissioner, I would like to appeal to you. We did discuss, and then to the glory of God, I think maybe some of my members will attest to the fact that I pleaded with you that anywhere, any community you are going into, you should please work hand in hand with the House of Assembly member from that community. And then from the response I got, there has been that mutual relationship in that regard. You see, we were all elected, and the pressure is much on us. We don't have any budget to run any other thing in our constituencies. And that's why I appealed to you earlier on for us to work together. Even if it's project that is not like directly under us, please carry us along. Let our people who elected us feel our presence. Let them know that we are not keeping quiet, we are talking with the government, we are talking with the people concerned to see how that dividends of democracy will come to them. And I think by the special grace of God, if some of these things are being done, it will reduce part of the pressure we are facing. The Honorable Commissioner, you made mention of budget. During the last year's budget defense, all the ministries were clearly told that the budget was prepared even before they started preparing the budget, before we came in, before we were inaugurated. Now we are over a year in office. The 2024 budget, Honorable Commissioner, I would like to appeal to you as you are working on it, please, in our various constituencies, let's work together. Let's have input in that budget so that by the grace of God, if you are coming to have like this.
He came to the chamber brilliantly, spoke very well. And I know you're a round peg in a round hole. So from your presentation, like I said, it was brilliantly presented, and even anybody has any other thing to say, from what you see, you will just smile it off, because you have a lot to do, and you are working already. The mind, from everything you say, you know, some of us here are not the urban House of Assembly members like King Best, because everything you mentioned mostly here is around Lokoja 1. So, like too, if you come to Ankpa too, like I just saw Ankpa catchment area in your map here, it's the Ankpa township. And funny enough, the water board in Ankpa is right behind my house in Ankpa. So, before you even came, intervention and what you want to do towards the village people. And you know, we are like the agricultural team, we are the farmers. We need water, we need more light. Because like you know, the villages now are not how they used to be. Everywhere is developing. And like my brother here said, we are seriously under pressure. Especially this rural, the township people, they can improvise. Yeah, I think they are comfortable. But we, the village, we are not, sir. So I don't know where rural water, whatever, should be under this ministry. And I don't know how, whether he reports directly to you or very seriously, but I want you to just maybe enlighten what plans you have for us in the rural dwellers. Good morning, sir.
Assembly member from that local government and the honorable commissioner from that local government and the council chairman, these three people must know that we are coming, and they will link us with the palace. Of all the places we have gone to now, we always visit the palaces, and those that we can tell them straight off, we told the traditional rulers to their face, if you need of this facility, it belongs to you. When we are coming to do it, you have to assure us of the security of these installations. If you are not ready, we'll move it to the next community that needs it. So, Honorable Member Igalamela can bear me witness. You were with us in Ajaka and Kababunu, who are communicating. You participated fully in preparing for us, but we have not been able to come. That of Okedayo, actually, the team, I related with Ajokuta, yes, and also Okene too. Yes, we call all of them. Mopamuro. No, Mopamuro will go there. We've not been there. Mopamuro is the normal conventional water supply system. And Honorable Member Ankwa too. Yes, why I didn't mention Ruasa? This ministry is supposed to have up to 4 agencies under them. But we met 2, and one was not properly brought under the ministry by law. So that is why this operation is going on. So, and only in Kogi State, we have different laws governing water. You have Water Board Edict, you have Ruasa Establishment Law, and you have the Water Law. The Water Law, which is a complete water governance structure law, bringing all the water bodies, water providing agencies together, is what we're actually working on. Is at its draft stage. So if you look at the way Ruasa is operating at the moment, going by the law, that law, you pardon me, was enacted in 2009 for one. If you just go through it, somebody just enacted it personally and deceived the governor to sign. You can't have Ministry of Water Resources, and you are enacting a law to establish an agency that will work, that will provide water, and you didn't mention permanent secretary, you didn't mention commissioner, you mention anybody, you didn't put them under anybody, because that person that spearheaded it was working in the SSG's office, and you went and carry water. Water is a specialized area. I'm not begging for any bad pardon. Water here, if you put anybody that doesn't have the knowledge to man the people will be in trouble. Just we either take it that way or we leave it. So the law under which Ruasa is operating today is just that it has become mandatory that they cannot go to the council and present memos, and their budget has already brought their capital provisions to us. Since their capital provision is with us, they're supposed to be also reporting. But the law under which they are operating now, they have to go out of the law to operate with us. If not, it is an agency under our mandate that agency was created to provide water to small towns, and the sanitation component of water and hygiene is to be handled by them. We will only oversee what they are doing, but the day-to-day running of the place is in the hands of the general manager. We don't have business with that. The same thing with that of Water Board. We will execute project, hand over to Water Board to run the place. That is all. These are the 2 major agencies that we are. The ministry is a regulator, again, on one hand, that will regulate virtually everybody, including water, people drilling borehole. If you want to own borehole yourself, you are under our regulation. People producing water, what do you call it, bottled water, sachet water, and people distributing it too. So thank you very much, Ampa too, that we are working on a draft bill at the moment. We have a committee of this ministry, Minister of Justice, and KGIRS who are brought in. They are still working on that. But the first one that we will quickly bring is the IRWA bill, Irrigation Water Association bill. Please, you will assist us. This PIN project needs that law urgently for Kogi to be in. So, and by the special grace of God, by Monday, the draft bill will be with the Attorney General. That bill is part of the requirements of World Bank. It seeks to regulate the activities of the irrigation water users against so many things. Number one, against poisoning of the irrigation water. You need to know those that are irrigation farmers and fishermen around that place. There must be an association that will be backed by law that will regulate activities of everybody that comes there. So now, for example, that we have one dam that has already fulfilled that, which is the Omikampe Dam, which has fulfilled the requirement. The program seeks to is targeting 500 hectares of arable land to be irrigated, to be provided irrigation water for all year round farming activity. Now, the Omikampe Dam was designed to irrigate over 3,000 hectares of arable land. But today they are cultivating under 1,000. Reason being that of the 18.5 kilometers canal that has been provided, that both the primary and secondary canal, only about 3 kilometers have been lined. That is with concrete and sloped, because the dam is designed to provide water by gravity. You don't need any pump. It's just to open the channels and the water starts flowing and it goes into farmers' farmland. So this project that is coming up by World Bank will seek to line the remaining 15 kilometer, both primary and secondary canals, and see to the extension and expansion of that for irrigation activity. So please, that bill will soon be there, and we want it passed expeditiously so that we can meet up. The money approved is $500 million for all the 36 states. So you can see the money is not too much like that, and it will be on first come, first serve basis. So Kogi, we have only that thing left now for us to meet up. If not, the ministry and His Excellency, we have met with all other requirements to enable us this. And by the grace of God, least I forget, DPRS, with your kind permission, committee chairman, because we are still on, no, sit down, we are still working on the budget, so that the final thing we will present, every interest will be taken care of. What is the interest? It's the interest of the people you are talking about. Chairman, sir, we don't have any option, but you are helping us discharge our responsibility properly, so that all of us here, we are via democracy, via party politics, and we need to go back and account to them and tell them what we have done. And it is through you that are closer to the people that we can be able to deliver something that we have that will impact on them. Please, DPRS, we have to create that link. If it is the Chairman House Committee on Water that will get us all these things, so that we can get a way of putting everything in the budget and to see the ones that can, let us just then be there. The cash, all these things belongs to God, so that we move fast. They are talking about 2025 budget now. 2024 is almost gone. It's almost there, but as we go and pursue the implementation, wherever supplementary matters will come, will promptly come back to you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Permit me to skip protocols. Yes, it's true. I was in Ajaka the day you came. And thank you very much. In fact, I call you Commissioner of Life, because water is life. I became impressed with your person the day the list the Excellency brought for screening and confirmation.
You know, he had a very long list of engineers. So when you spoke to us, I wished in my heart that you were posted to Ministry of Works. That's what I wished in my heart. But again, where Providence has located you is even greater than Ministry of Works, because what we are doing is real works. Please, when I came, I don't live in the assembly quarters. I live in 500 housing units. I was so overjoyed when I came there because there was constant light and constant water. Then all of a sudden, light remained constant. Water became erratic. It became erratic, and after some time, it stopped completely. So, I see that you have a zeal to make water available everywhere at the time in the state. It is not possible. Rome was not built in a day. I need you to concentrate particularly. I know somebody is talking about those in the villages. Those in the villages is true, but those of us in Lokoja for now need to be made more comfortable because they have sub-streams that they fetch. I'm telling you, because if you say you want to achieve all at once, you will have run into a problem. So at least achieve what you can achieve, and while you are planning ahead to achieve other ones, with the limited resources that you have, please concentrate on local gas. Concentrate on local gas. Again, concentrate on local gas.
Now leaves us to Bono, that is not on the road, you know, and that place happens to be where I come from. Now, I want to, like what Ampa said, that you should pay attention to we in the village. You know, I want to hear or see what you can do for us, even if it is just one ball to join two communities together, which is reticulator. Do you understand what I'm talking about, sir? You know, the Bunu, I can count. We went to do elections, sir. We went to campaign. You know, we got to a particular village. That village is called Ibu. At about 8 to 9, I wanted to drink water. They said they were looking for water. They said there was no water. That they cannot, that the god of the river that they are fetching, the stream, has claimed that they cannot fetch water after 7 p.m. Now, if this community, if they have borehole, just borehole, they will not be concerned with the god of one god that is sleeping, that they cannot fetch water. And they know what they are talking about. If anybody go there to fetch water, the consequences are there. They are cultural people, we are cultural people, you know. So please, sir, beyond these water works in local government, we will need borehole in communities, in villages. That is my request, sir.
And I want to commend you more specifically for your presentation. If you can harbor all this, today you don't need to open a paper and speak. I wonder how much you must have done in your school days. I pray that your children will take after you. If we had not come here, what we had today, we already know a lot about what you said, but we know more. And as part of this government, we will go out there, what we know before when we are saying it, what we don't know that we have just known, we have it. Otherwise, we know the level of commitment of this government towards development, especially in agriculture and water sector. And we know that before they point hand at somebody, they must have done their homework. Because usually, when you people were presented to the house for screening, most of you will say, okay, take a bow and go. Reason being that some of us have already known you people and your antecedents. And the government we are serving under
is fond of what? Placing round pegs on round hole. So even if we don't have here, we know that we and our people are subjected to what? A resounding achievement through the ministry. But ab initio, it is a part of our responsibility to go on what? Oversight function. We will have to come even if you are doing more than you are doing now. So anytime we want to come again, we will come. We will come to know more and even encourage you more. The area I want to emphasize upon is that area of your ministry and the other agencies attached. I really want a serious synergy. Areas where you know that loss has constrained a cordial relationship that will enhance smooth running of your ministry, or that will encourage what? Rapid achievement in whatever your ministry wants to do. Please itemize it and give it to us. Because most of the laws you see are intended for good, but most of the items are already sleeping because of what? The want of time. So please, you will help us to itemize it. We'll go and sit down and look at it. If bill is not coming from you and it's not coming from them, it will come from us. Thank you, sir.
Vice Chairman, other distinguished members, the Honorable Commissioner and the staff of management team of the ministry, I want to greet you people. Good afternoon. First of all, somebody said water is life, and you are very correct. In fact, one of the instruments of sabotage against the government of Governor Ayabelu when he just came in was the Ministry of Water Resources. There was no water in town. So the first place they began to bash him via the media was the absence of water. Before he began to, visit, I think he came to that Ganaja station, and then, forceful revolutions had to come in before the government began to stabilize. And that's the same ministry that we now have a square peg in a square hole. And just like my distinguished colleague from Igalamela said, you are making things happen in miraculous ways. So much so that Okenetu said, we would have said we won't come to visit you, but we just have to fulfill all righteousness and also to know more. But we already know most of the things that you have been doing. I want to commend you. Well done. Some of these things you have told me personally, and the day you told me, if you notice, I was speechless. I didn't know what to add up to our gist. And most of your statements are backed with facts. Your visitation to Adogo helped me politically. It helped the importance that I've placed on the people. You understand? It helped it in their hearts. They appreciated that, yes, indeed, I am doing something. And I want to go straight after the commendation by Honorable Best has said it. First of all, please try as much as possible. If not all the House members, the committee members, make them an ambassador of this ministry. So much so that any outing that you have, as long as you can just tell the Chairman House Committee on Water Resources that you are going to so and so, is either a member from the committee goes with you or the member from that state constituency is there. You are already helping us to win election. If it is not us but the party, you may not know, but that is what is happening. Secondly, somebody talked about your budget. I was also supposed to speak about it. Please, this 2025, I know when I went through the budget of 2024, I knew it didn't capture, the essence that you carry. So hopefully, this 2025, you have people who are here who are not just legislators, they are your friends. People who are willing to ensure they go extra miles just to make sure whatever draft budget you've brought to the House is either adjusted upward or approved as you want it. So we want you to work very well. We know you as a workaholic. So whatever it is your draft men are working on, please go through them. You can still seek for backyard advice from us so that we'll give you. So that the 2025 budget that comes from here captures a lot of things and also takes the House along. That's very important. We'll make it easy for you. Well, I want to commend the staff and the management of your ministry. I was here some years back. I knew what I meant. And when I came in, what greeted me was an entirely different environment. It means to say that you are working and you are carrying your management and staff along. I would want to encourage you to do more. And even not because my mother is, she doesn't complain and she has never complained, so that means you are doing well. But I want to recommit her into your hands, and I'll use her as a point of contact to other persons that I would be expecting that you do very much more. On a lighter note, rural-urban migration has been the norm. But there's an adage in Iberia that says, when the hair is full, you go back home to have it cut off. So no matter what you do in the urban areas, I am a rural man. No matter how handsome and huge I am a rural man. And where we come from, I want to tell you, I've not gone to my village since I won election. Okay, I've gone, I think twice. But I've not gone there on official capacity to celebrate with them that there's a project I've brought home. You know what that means? And there are 5 polling units in my own village. 2 do not have water. So they depend on streams. Well, our gods don't sleep. So, you know what that means? Mandated one of the technical staff to help us. Please, in this budget, if there are areas that you can pick in the 25 constituencies, villages, in fact, if it's villages of the members, I think is a plus for us. Villages of the members, if they don't have water, if they have, they should think of a proxy village close to them, so that they can. I will be very happy that Ministry of Water, you will cross many seas and many oceans to my village. But for you to have done that, you have made me win election for the government throughout all those villages. So please, in the next budget, have us, the rural men, captured. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Honorable members, quickly, what percentage of this money, if it is deployed to rural side, more people will smile and there will be clapping. So that was what informed this movement we did. So, and for Kaba, the reason why I want to be there personally and I put a call across to you. The project is an ongoing project under bond. The thing is not terminated, but we heard it that part of the dam has failed, which I want to see. You understand? To see what we can do with the contractor, whether to continue with him or to terminate it and bring. Because if there is a little failure, the job is not yet handed over to us. He is still liable to whatever has happened there. But he also tells us that for what 10 years he has not been, how many years he has not been paid money? No, we wrote him, and I think we had to write him, sorry. He spoke with him, and we had a positive response from him. So that is the issue of the rural something. There's no problem. They have a very ambitious plan towards that, to work across the whole state. And also, it's good you draw our attention. We are not working at cross purposes. We here, because of the environment, we are trying to discourage the exploitation, further exploitation and over-exploration of the underground water sources. So with this attention, definitely under soil wash. I never wanted to bring that one out. His Excellency is working towards that. We have another World Bank program which we missed up in issue, but we are trying to, His Excellency is struggling to see that we enter. It's called soil wash, sustainable water supply and hygiene. That is soil wash. So we will definitely go into that by God's grace. Just yesterday here, I was with the technical advisor to His Excellency on the multilateral projects. I was with him yesterday on this same matter you are talking. We are looking at villages that are contiguous. If they have a nearby water body, if not, if a common borehole with an elevated tank can serve 3-4 villages reticulated, it's better than punching boreholes all over the places for them. So we are looking at that too. All those things are things we'll look at between now and end of the year, so that by next year we'll take off. But anyone that can be done, especially immediately after the rains, by the special grace of God, I believe, Rwasa are also not sleeping on that. Honestly, they have a very serious ambition towards that. Thank you very much. SAC Water, you are, please, you are highly recognized, and as you are here,
the management staff of the Ministry of Water Resources, we've had a wonderful and fruitful deliberation, and without much ado, I can say that after now, we will see the result of why we are gathered here. Any moment from now, we'll be going for the oversight, but we'll take the closing prayer. That will be after a vote of thanks by the ministry, then do photograph, and then we'll go out.
Like the Honorable Commissioner has rightly said, Ministry of Water Resources has the mandate to handle all water-related activities in the state. And in carrying out these noble activities, we cannot do it in isolation with the House members. And on this ground, we must synergize. The synergy aspect of it has to encourage interagency and collaboration and coordination. And like we have already discussed, the PRS is here. We are going to integrate all that we have discussed in our next budget proposal. And the Honorable Commissioner, we have discussed also before you came, or when we can where we do that. We thank you immensely for the visit. And like we have rightly, the pressman has rightly put it, let's hit the ground running. And for want of time, and today being Friday, we should please, maybe after this, we round up, go to the activities that we have come to visit on your oversight function, and we pray God in His infinite mercy will be with us and continue to guide us in our subsequent engagement. Thank you so much.
Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim, Maliki Yawmiddin, Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in, Ihdina siratal mustaqim, siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim, ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin.
The SSA of Water Resources, Permanent Secretary Amendment in the Ministry of Water Resources, staff update, State Water Board, Secretariat of the House Committee on Water Resources. You are welcome to hold Kogi of our work. So it's undergoing upgrade. And as I briefed you earlier, on coming of the Greater Lokoja water, this place was almost abandoned. So due to what do you call it, necessity, we have to come back here. And the intention of His Excellency is that, going by the previous experience, the past experience, nothing should stop Lokoja from getting the still. Thank you.
It's always the Mr. Producer.
Nuonu eya amfani, nuonu de makira.
Nuonu eya amfani, nuonu de
Luko Jati, Yadi Commissioner Yano. Luko Jati, Yadi Ndakata Yano. Luko Jati, Yadi Engineer Yano. Egi Luko Jati, Engineer Dalande. Aladi Dalande, Egi Ndakolo. Muga Sokoli, Commissioner Yano. Yipama biankuri Wejishiri naji walotuna Alaji dalande ndakulu Ndini ya dalande unde ilimi Ndini ya dalande unte tuye Ebonu petuye na gaeli ukomishina bio Commissioner Horo, so why you Ododo Muli?
Duanua enya amfani, duanua de makiria.
Nini andalande ya Faruku, Ebaji alade megadono, Ebaji alade meadumisa. Adi alaide, origida mesanu. Adi alaide, ya aladi dalaide. Enina na nye commissioner horo.
Duanua enya amfani, duanua de makiria.
Ya dalade lowa, ebu debu lotun. Sokoli won, umandeni ayantun lo. Nyana meyi ala adi dalande na zami oga tugi otu adi zami tuye ala adi dalande eginda kolo ega noga wana yekona na sokodi ubo ogare ala adi engineer dalande Karano lawana yekona naona Alangandi dalande sukubo inlare
Duanua enya amfani, duanua de makiria.
Alatwanda zana malonago Alatwaya zana malonago
Alatwada, zana malonago. Alatwaya, zana malonago.
Adiala twanda zana matulanago Alatwa shishaya zana matulona Njini andalande ndakolo petwe Njini andalande ndakolo matulo Aladi ndalande jina ndakolo mana
Zana malonago. Alatwaya, zana malonago.
Ndaka kama aladi ndalande ndakolo Masoiza kama aladi ndalande ndakolo Yaza kama aladi ndalande ndakolo Mangani za kama ndalande ndakolo kana
Alatwada, zana malonago. Alatwaya, zana malonago.
Engineer ya Faruku Masoyi mayaki yaga dodon dawa gase sound Aladin dalandin da kullu Fomaji eliji kiwagata mesanu Emigun maru yekinami Ebaji abebi dana Aladin dalandin da kullu Mekudi bature Mekudi bature Chi amam pati Daladin da kologa mesanu Ndakata Ali Guruzo aliguruzo bienye komishina horo
alatwada zanamalo nago alatwaya zanamalo nago
nyini yaya faruku kandondo sokuda rumotogo managogwa dalandenda kulu sokwalugo dibema katya egan ijechide sumi edan ijeche sumi zanadi wangina sokodin zanadi dede na sokodin dalandenda kulu sokulugo di wangoji
alatwada zanamalo nago alatwaya zanamalo nago wanuwa enya amfani duwanuwa de makira duwanuwa enya amfani duwanuwa de makira.
It's always the Mr. Producer.
Nuonu eya amfani Nuonu de makira
duwanuwa enya amfani duwanuwa de makira.
Luko jati ya de komishina yano Luko jati ya de ndakata yano Luko jati ya de injiniya yano Egi luko jati injiniya dalande Alaji dalande egi ndakulu Muga sokoli komishina yano
duwanuwa enya amfani duwanuwa de makira.
Yipama biankuri wedi shiri naji walotuna alaji dalande ndakulu ndini ya dalande unde ilimi.
Whenever we present our proposals to them for appropriation, and we are quite, we are being given hope and assurances of support of their constituencies whenever we come to execute a project, having listed most of our challenges we're having in various communities which they have warmly acknowledged.
His Excellency the Governor has made water a priority. When should the people now expect water?
By the special grace of God, with what you have seen, though we have been keeping those things behind before until the coming of this committee, that the treatment of the water and the issue of evacuation to the designated reservoirs for distribution have been 100%. The only little thing we are having now is to desilt those reservoirs, fumigate and disinfect them and wash them properly to ensure that what we are giving the public is hygienic. That is one thing that is only left. And we hope that by the special grace of God, this time around, it shouldn't go beyond 2 weeks. But we are saying before that time, there is the possibility of we testing and releasing water just for a moment. The water will not be clean, and I'm sure people will not consume it. So that is what we will do, and we hope that will happen by next week, before the end of before next week Friday. Some taps will run in Lokoja that are not seeing water for quite some time. Thank you very much, sir.
Kakanda TV.